Hey guys, welcome to the 101 in 10, where you get to see your favorite artists from around the world 101 in 10 minutes. I'm your host, Ayasha Roberson, and I'm back on the scene with a new artist. So, this artist, he has won the 2021 Best Music Award for rock for last year. He has done so many great things with his life. I love his music. His songs are very relatable. It has like a rock type of pop flow with his music. I like his influences. He's talking about everything, everyday things that we go through, but his music is very organic and it's relatable, something that we don't hear too much anymore, especially on mainstream radio. And his music is like a book. So it's like an open book to his life and his story. So help me please introduce and welcome to the show, Mr. Gareth Campbell.
Hi. Thank
Hi,
you.
and
Thanks for having
welcome.
me on.
No, and thank you for
Yeah.
being on the 101 in 10. So, can you tell us how did you get started in the industry as a music artist and what are your musical influences?
So I started playing in orchestra in what was it, elementary school, and that was kind of my intro into music. My parents were always into music. They're always playing piano and things like that when I was still in the womb. So I think I caught on to a lot of that. And I went through high school and almost made it to college with classical music, but I switched directions, went to engineering, and that kind of became a back burner thing. My viola was always with me, and I'd practice it once in a while, but I'd always like singing. And I tried out for a choir at this Blue Lake Fine Arts camp back when I was little, and it was going to go on a worldwide tour and everything. And my parents were like, "No, you already have the viola stuff. We can't do this other stuff." Um, so that singing got kind of put as just like a hobby, kind of fun thing. and uh, and then in 2020, everything's shut down. We have nothing to do. Um, and then I was looking on Instagram, and I saw a producer that I was following offering lessons, and I was like, oh yeah, okay, it's a lifelong thing. I could learn to sing better and whatnot. And after a couple of months of that, she was like, hey, do you want to make music? And I'm like, yeah, let's do it. So that's how it started.
Wow.
Um, yeah, and from there we started recording, started making music videos, and it's starting to really kind of take off, which is really fun.
Yeah, that's great. You know what I love about your story is that you talk about your music influence that started from the womb because your parents were both into music before you even were in this world as a
Yeah.
physical being. So you were actually hearing in the womb. So that was like the influence as well. And then also too, you learned the front end and the back end in the music as well. And I think that's sometimes a challenge for artists. So a lot of times they don't know the back end. They don't know the producing or the audio or engineering and things of that nature. That's with most things in life, and they only know the front into it. So you know how it's supposed to sound
Hmm.
technically and how to change it. And then you can also do the front end as well. And that's a great skill.
Thank you. I
You're
appreciate
welcome.
that.
You're welcome. You're welcome. So let's talk a little bit about your successes and challenges as an artist. Can you just name me maybe one or two of your success stories as an artist? Because you said that things are starting to take off from you very well. And then you can tell me a little bit about maybe one or two of your challenges as an artist.
Sure. So my first big thing was that 2021 award for my song 2020 of You.
Mhm.
That was phenomenal. Like I never even expected that. I had a couple other nominations that year, and then this past year I think it was two nominations again,
Wow, that's
for a couple
great.
songs. One was a music video, one was a song. So that was really great. And I mean, it's a small thing, but my song "Say It Louder" is almost up to 25,000 listens on Spotify, which I mean,
Great.
for a small starting artist, I think that's not too bad.
That's very good.
I love that song. It's
Yes.
really good. So a challenge for the music industry as a starting artist, exposure really, because there are so many people trying to do the same thing. Everyone's like, I'm going to be an artist, I'm going to do this or that, and I feel like it's really flooded. So how can you bring your own brand? How can you bring your own story to the table that will attract people to your music? Um, that's the biggest challenge I see. and also is harnessing using social media. Like that's a challenge. How do you get followers? How do you do this or that?
Right.
Um, but yeah, I'd say that's the biggest challenge.
Yeah, yeah, it is. That is the biggest challenge for a lot of artists. I mean, on the one hand, you talk about your success stories as this artist, you have all these views on your song, which is great because as an independent artist, that is great to have 25,000 people listening to your song. Because, like you said, there's a lot of artists out there that's
Hmm.
trying to do the same thing that you're doing as well. So, but at the same token, is trying to figure out how to really have that like that even type of kill or even flow where you're actually are creating your own type of lane as an artist, but also is somewhat relevant and
Hmm.
conscious of your music relevant. Because I think too, when it comes to a lot of artists, they struggle with being very organic and relevant. And a lot of times as artists, we want to be popular. So we'll do whatever is popular, but that may not be something that is organic to us.
Hmm.
And you can feel that through the music. And I think that even though you do have your struggles, you're actually able to ride both of I don't even know what the scales pretty
Yeah,
evenly and balancedly. And that's a gift.
I appreciate that. And I think something that really reinforced this for me, which is pursuing my own organic stories and just singing what I want to sing. So I was watching the Taylor Swift documentary on Netflix, which is an awesome one on her story. But she went through that struggle too of like trying to sing the popular stuff, trying to do this. And eventually she was finding herself not too happy. And so she said, you know what? I'm just going to sing what I want to sing. I'm going to
Correct.
write what I want to write. And that's how you do that for yourself. And that's how it's organic and feels good, because you're just
Amen.
it's my story, right? This is
Yes,
yeah,
yes.
this is me.
And I think, as you were talking about that, I think most people can relate to it, whether you're an artist or not an artist. If you're a person that has your own business, or if you have your model or whatever you're trying to do, and get your business out there or get your brand out there, just know that you got to stick with your authenticity and be true to yourself and not worry about the likes and the views and this and that. And a lot of times when we're on social media, because that's the platform to promote your brand, we get so caught up in or comparing ourselves subconsciously to other people, you know what I mean? And then you're like, well, this person got this and I didn't get this and this. Just really concentrate on yourself and don't worry about other people or other situations. Just really concentrate on yourself and know that everything happens in time, space,
Hmm.
and when things do happen, it will be like a domino effect. It will be like, I always use the comparison, like when you see those brush fires in California, like
Yeah.
it'll go so quickly and so fast. And I think the Taylor Swift story is such a good story to use because she's telling you about the struggle she had at an underground artist as well, even though it was probably like 20 something years ago, which was much harder than
Hmm.
now because you didn't have the social media platforms that we have now. So you really had to promote your stuff and get it out there and send videos to uh, MTV or BET, like the old school stuff, like the
Yeah. Yeah.
VHS.
You had to send your mixtape, right? To
Your
the
mixtapes and
studio.
stuff,
Yeah.
and really get your music out there and heard. And now it's much more easier, but then it's also harder to find really genuine artists that have their own song, or own their own sound and their own truth to their music as well. So let's talk about your music since we've been talking
Yeah.
about a little
Of
bit about
course.
your music. Okay. So you have yesterday, today, you have a lot of music. Undercover Christmas. How did you come up with all these arrangements of different music? Because it was really fun listening to all your different musicalities.
Thanks. So I guess we'll start from the beginning. Like Stepping Stone, I've had a lot of trials and tribulations with finding quality people to have relationships with. So this really kind of started with I need to get some things off my chest. Uh, so I'm like, all right, well, it's kind of mistreated, so I'm like, well, how can I turn this into music?
Mm-hmm.
How can I turn this into something that people will relate to? So that was, Stepping Stone. That was really good. Um, so what do you want to know about
I
this
just want to
journey?
know, how did you come up with your what were your inspirations behind your music? Do you use
Sure.
some of the things that you have gone through, life experience through other people? How are you able to arrange such? It's so versatile. So you can't categorize your music into one thing. So it's, yeah, go ahead.
Okay, I gotcha. Yeah. So a lot of it comes from my personal experiences. There
Mhm.
are some songs that will be coming out soon that I was just hearing someone playing on the street
Oh wow.
on like a banjo, and a song
Mhm.
will just kind of start flowing through my mind, and I'm like, oh my gosh! So I'll start whipping out my phone. I'll write down the lyrics that I'm kind of thinking that go along to the style that I'm hearing. Uh, I'll go to sleep sometimes, and I'll kind of wake up in the morning, and I'll hear a melody or something in my head. So I'll just like try and capture that as best as I can. Uh, all times a day, I'll just be thinking of something like, okay, that'll make a great song. Um, Life experiences. Let's see. Then we have like, what kind of style do I want to do? What am I feeling right now?
Mhm.
Um, so like I'm working on a kind of a bluegrass song. I've got more of like a Motown song coming out
Oh
soon,
wow.
which is
Okay.
really kind of really catchy.
Yeah.
Let's see. So they all kind of flow together. Sometimes I'll get together with Justine Blazer, my producer, and um, either her and I will get together and just because I'll have all these ideas. I'll be like, all right, I want to sing about this, 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 and this, and I'll have lyrics started and whatnot. And sometimes we'll get together and finish a song or
Mhm.
so it's yeah. I mean, they come from all places.
I love it. I love the fact that your songs do come from all places. And when you said you heard the banjo playing and all of a sudden you felt the energy from that and you were able, that is like so surreal to me. Like, I mean, like just to kind of get energy from or receive something from something someone else is playing, and then you start to create music, or you wake up in the morning, you sometimes hear certain melodies, and I experience that too, as
Yeah,
well. Is the reason why your music is so different is because you are experiencing music on different types of levels. And I think that's what become makes you become this genuine, authentic artist, because you're able to hear it in all different levels and all different types of spaces. It's just not coming from one place; it's coming from multiple
sure.
places, and that's how music is evolved anyway. Because all music comes from different places, so you're just grabbing from all these different places and putting that into your own brand. So
And
I love
like,
it.
thanks. Yesterday came from just out of the blue. It I was sitting there just zoning out one night after work, listening to some random like instrumental stuff, and I just started singing that song, and it just kind of flowed. I was like, "This is amazing," and I got turned into a song. So
That's
it's
great.
it's wild. I
Awesome.
love it.
Now, can you tell the fans, how can they contact you, book you for upcoming gigs, see you at performances this holiday season?
Yeah, I'm looking at booking right now. I have some booking agents working with me to try to find me some live stuff for the next 3 months. You can find me on all platforms, all streaming platforms. Instagram, Welsh Dragon Racing, or Welsh underscore Dragon underscore Racing. You can find me, you can find me on Facebook. I love to meet people. I love to chat and find out people's stories. So I really encourage people to reach out. I'm on TikTok. I mean, we've got all that's at Gareth of all trades because I love to do everything 3D printing, like all sorts of stuff on there. So
Great.
um, I just encourage people to reach out because I love to meet people and find out
Well,
things about others.
Well, I'm excited, Gareth, for you in 2023. And I'm just wishing you all the blessings and good positive energy for 2022 as well. So thank you so much, Gareth, for being on our show.
Thank you for
And
having
thank
me.
you guys for watching the 101 in 10. Make sure you go to Gareth's website. We have it at the bottom of this video so you can go make sure you connect with him on social media so you can be up to date with all his latest upcoming tours, his new music that's coming up soon, and all that is Gareth on what was it called? TikTok? Your
Yeah,
TikTok
I'm on
was All
TikTok.
Trades or something like that?
Gareth, Gareth of all trades.
And Gareth of All Trades.
Yeah.
Well, I look forward to seeing you guys in the next episode of the 101 in 10, where you get to see your favorite artists from around the world 101 in 10 minutes. I'm your host, Ayasha Roberson. You all have a good day. Take care and
Thank
continue to
you.
shine.
Thank
Bye.
you. Take care.